And welcome to another day with Zimaleta. In today's video, I'm going to talk about starting your own expediting logistics company. This video is going to really get into specifics and stuff like that. So if you've been trying to open up one or contemplating whether to open one up, I think this video is going to be for you. Because I'm actually thinking about opening it up, and I've recently been posting a lot of different videos and stuff on it, and I got a little bit more information than I had before and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and dive in. So recently I've been asked a lot about various type of viewers on my channel, various different questions about Expedite, about bidding loads and how to do it better and stuff like that, and how to get work, especially for people that already have their MCs, DOTs and stuff. Everything is ready. And I've been trying to answer it to the best of my ability, because I do understand this business, but a lot of times information changes, rules changes, you know, stuff becomes more expensive or a little bit more requirements here and there. Sometimes I might not be up to date on everything, but then again, once I start talking about it, I start catching up and really learning things up. So let's go ahead and begin. This video is going to be explain a little bit about SelectX, their pricing and stuff, you know, how to, you know, like bid loads with SelectX and stuff like that. I will talk a little bit about the requirements of the XPO and some of the things that you'll be actually needing as far as, I guess, starting your own successful logistics type of company. First of all, if you're trying to get started actually like with SelectX, let me go ahead and throw this information out there really quickly in the beginning, so you don't have to hunt it away at the back of the video. Then I want to tell you my thoughts and kind of like what I'm thinking about doing and stuff like that. So in order to get actually on SelectX, which is like software and stuff, as I'm actually going to be talking about this video, I want to also point out in the description, I'm going to list everything that I'm actually talking about in this video, but that information is going to be directly from SelectX, and you'll see all the pricing, you'll see all the requirements, all the steps and stuff like that. And yeah, I guess that's all you really need, I guess, right there, if you're actually trying to already get started with them and stuff like that, you're just trying to get some information. So anyways, as far as SelectX goes, they have like a couple ways of doing it, and this is why I've been hearing a lot of inconsistencies, a lot of different price points. I've been hearing that it's like $400 a month for the service. Then I heard somebody say it was like $9,000 a year, and it was like really confusing. Plus there's like, you know, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, so I guess let's dive in, because all those things are confusing, and I did actually mention some of the stuff, and I was pretty close. So the very first portion, and that's I guess it's going to be for the majority of us that we're trying to actually start up and stuff like that, we would be actually paying $300 a month. If you just like starting out, $300 a month, and you could go ahead and bid your own loads. And that actually sounds pretty fair. If you ask me, 300 is not bad. So I guess let's dive into, I guess, I don't know what to call it, but let's say specifics, okay? Let's do comparison. Yeah, we'll call it that. Comparison to what you're doing right now and what you could be doing, okay, as far as the money goes and stuff like that. So let's say a logistics company right now is loading you, and let's say you are getting 80 cents. You could have been getting, let's say, 90 cents or $1, but let's say 90 cents for now. That means you're losing technically 10 cents that you could have been earning for yourself. And the company that is bidding the load, you don't even know what they're loading you for, but you only know that you're losing about 10 cents. Guys, that 10 cents is between $1,000 and $1,500 a month. How do I figure that? Usually, guys, they do about 10,000 miles a month. I do about 15,000 miles a month. Kind of crazy like that. But then again, I'm not. My company just, you know, gives me a lot of work and stuff when I'm working. And they tell me I am blessed, and not everybody's that lucky, you know, as far as getting loads. But even at 10,000 miles, a loss of $1,000, that's quite a bit. It is something to think about, because now let's look at the yearly losses. Even $1,000 per month, that's $12,000 loss per year. So that is quite a bit, 12,000, and it's even higher. It's at like $18,000 losses if you are driving 15,000 miles. And now we're talking So now, like, you're thinking, okay, $300 does not sound bad, but will I actually get loads? At that particular stage, there's like different levels, okay? That's like level 1, okay, for $300. What does level 1 mean? I really don't know. Besides that, it's a level 1. Maybe it's just a 1 van. No, it's about like a 5 van operation. I remember now. 5 van operation. So in order to get started with them, you'll need actually 5 vehicles under your insurance to be listed under your insurance, which is, yeah, that's got to be like a new requirement, because if you think about it, now if you're going to get drivers, okay, you got drivers working for you, so they got their own insurance, right, for the most part, you know, owner operators and stuff. So how are they on your insurance, okay, unless you put them there? Of course, you know, there has been like a lot of changes and stuff, and the company that I used to work with, they used to not require me to purchase their own insurance. However, now I do. So I'm actually paying for the insurance now. They're not charging me a lot. They're charging me $100 per month, but who's to say that's not going to go up? And they said, well, you could drop your coverages down a little bit. And I'm thinking, no, why would I do that? After all, when there's a problem that's going to happen, what do you think is going to happen? They're not going to try to use their insurance. They're going to try to use yours. And you want to make sure you have enough coverage. That is one. Another thing is, I have a million liability, 100,000 cargo. So that is the requirement of a lot of brokers and companies that you would actually want to work with to actually get loaded from them. So if I drop my coverages down, that means I cannot leave that easily, because to try to replace those coverages, the prices might go up, and you don't want to make those changes, because when you do, you might lose that status that you had before. Like, for instance, I've been with my insurance company for a long time, so if you kind of think about it, I've been with them for a while. Like, I've been like over 5 years with that company, so I've seen my insurance prices drop after a while, you know, like they really have dropped. And of course, things haven't really changed, you know, like I'm still a safe driver, I am married, I'm a homeowner, I have good credit. So there's a lot of stuff that's impacting our insurance. So I'm paying pretty low rates. So I guess if you think about it, it's probably pretty normal, you know, especially I don't have Progressive, so I do have like a pretty fair rates when it comes to that. You know, Progressive is the expensive one. But then again, the question always becomes to me, like I'm thinking, okay, what if I want to open up my own MC DOT? And I know I said this last year, I was thinking about opening it up, and then I kind of thought about it. I know things take time. If I open it now, I might not need it now. But truth be told, if you are thinking about doing any kind of loading in the future, becoming a logistics company, you need to start thinking about this now. And what I mean by now is a year in advance. So if you're not ready for, you know, to do this now, and you think you will be in about a year or 2 years, whatever that may be, but if you're watching this video, you might already feel like you're ready completely. And I have a solution for you as well. But for somebody like me, I know, like right now, like right at this point, I cannot just drop everything that I'm doing and start a logistics company. I still have a lot of stuff to do. I also will explain to you guys how am I going to be actually doing this in the next video. What is going to be my exact approach, because in this video, I just want to kind of like throw some information, some of the requirements and stuff that you may need, and we're going to have a part 2 to this. But basically, they want you to have a motor carrier number, and I guess basically MCDOT for 1 year. And they want you to not work with any of their partners that currently have SelectX for about 6 months, which really is a little bit interesting. I'm not sure if the lines are a little bit gray on this, or some rules meant to be bent, because technically when you're becoming your own company, you know, you open up like a corporation, S corporation or an LLC. I would in this case open up LLC. You're technically a new entity. A new entity was created. That is not you. That entity has not worked for anybody. So that entity is the one that needs, you know, the motor carrier and everything else. So in about a year, you'll be able to actually get on SelectX and stuff like that. And I know what you're saying, like, oh, that's too long. Well, SelectX has this other thing. If you want to do this right away, okay, this is where the $9,000 that I heard about kind of comes into play, and it's even more expensive than that. So what's happening is, to do it right away, it used to be $8,000 to do it right away. Like, you pay them $8,000 and you start it. I don't know why, but they have discounted that from $8,000 to $6,000, so it's cheaper, which is good. We can't complain about that. Will it be discounted more? I don't know. But that is a setup fee. Like, that technically does not promise you anything. I'm not sure what level that would be. Maybe that's like a good level that you would want to be at, like if you're a logistics company. And in that case, like for instance, somebody like me, I could pay that fee and just day one start off, and that's it. Like, I'll be like in business, and especially if that allows me to have like a bigger level, which would mean I would have more access to more loads, which would be very important to me. So somebody that does not have $8,000, well, in this case, $6,000, you know, they would not be able to have that access right away because they're level 1. And that's actually the levels that I've heard. I think there's like 5 levels. Maybe there's not. Maybe I'm just like thinking that. But for some reason, I remember there was like 5 levels. That I'm not sure, and that does not even matter. What is important is that you can get in at $300 per month as long as you wait a year, which is fine. I think if you could start expediting, even if you've been doing this for already about a year, and you wait another year, that's only like 2 years in expedite, you get pretty experienced, use that time to study up and, you know, get like your LLC in order, get your MC in order, maybe start doing some loads for some brokers. And this is something else I talked about in another video that was actually several videos before this one. It is important to get established, you know, get your name out there, maybe work with a few brokers, that way they kind of know who you are and where you're coming from, because you really don't need SelectX like right away. You just want to have them because everybody has them, you know. And XPO as well. XPO has a little different requirements. I don't think they're strict, but I think they do want you to have like newer type of vehicles, which is also, I guess, a key factor. But that's something I will talk about like in another video, kind of like my strategy, because I have a lot of old vans. So if you have old vans and you're trying to do this type of business, I would like to give you some advice and actually how to do it. Let's see, what are we missing here? So we do need MC and we do need DOT. However, if you're thinking about staying at 10,000 pounds, you will not need to get a bond, which is good, because I think a bond is like $30 or $50,000. Might be 50,000 for a bond, which could be a little bit pricey because now you have to pay insurance, you pay that bond. Or if you're trying to become a broker, so you know, you start out like initially, you know, you're just like loading stuff, but if you want to become a broker, yeah, you'll need that bond. And and you also might want to load trucks. So if you're trying to load trucks, then yeah, you're gonna be way above 10,000. You'll need your MC, DOT. You're gonna need to have all those expensive insurances, and of course, you know, all that needs to be in order and stuff like that. But you'll make more money and stuff like that, you know. But anyways, guys, everything else about SelectX, this information is going to be in the description. All the pricing and stuff. Oh yeah, I did not talk about once you pay $6,000, what happens? Well, then you pay $400 a month. It's like not $300, but you're paying $400 a month. And I'm wondering, like, why 400? But also it is mentioned you are paying like $2 here, $2 there for like different like booking fees and stuff per each van, or per each like load actually that you're getting too. You're paying some dollars there, so every time The more you do, the more you pay them. And you are going to pay $27 per each van you add on. So what they're trying to do is, like, that $400, you're gonna pay that if you don't have enough vans to actually get that $400 in. Now, what I am wondering is, okay, so $400 per month, once you hire, 15 vans at that price, so that's already 400 bucks right there. What about if you hire 30? Because that would be kind of like my number that I would like to get up to, is to 30. And then what? So that means you're gonna be paying double, maybe like $800. So, that being said, I mean, that's going to be quite a bit. That's easily going to be, I don't know, $10,000, $11,000 per year, just in that, not including the $6,000 that you've paid. And now the $6,000 is a setup fee. I suppose it's only like one-time fee. But I think it's good as well because there's such thing as opportunity cost. And you pay that to get started right away. I think it's well worth it, especially for those people that actually have the money and they just want to get started, okay? Now, this video is coming to an end. I will actually make another video right after this one, and I'm going to talk about my strategy and how I'm actually going to take the steps necessary in order for me to become a logistics company and actually be successful at it. It might be a little longer than this video. Also, some of my thoughts, whether I want to, like actually do it or not, and why I was thinking I want to do it or not do it, those kind of things, because you might be going through the same thing. It's a thought process, it's a decision making. Sometimes you need to hear somebody else to get motivated. You're like, hey, thinking that person's gonna do it, I'm gonna do it too. That's what it takes. I'm getting bit by mosquitoes, guys. I don't know if you could tell. But anyways, guys, see you in my next video. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please hit a like, write me a comment in the description below, guys. And let's get a conversation going. Let's help other people that's actually watching this channel by answering a few questions. I've noticed some of viewers, they do actually do that, and I really appreciate that, because to me it's important that everybody's like on the same page. Everybody knows, like, kind of like what's going on and stuff like that. And I know what you're thinking. If you're gonna be doing this, why are you helping everybody else? Well, guys, you're not going to be able to ever answer that question. I like to help people, and that's just the way I am. I want to help you, even if that's the business that I'm doing and if I'm creating more competition. Truth be told, guys, I think the current system that we're actually working with, it's really not working out. We're getting, I guess we're not getting paid enough, as far as drivers goes, and it, in order for that to be fixed, you just need to go into business for yourself, and once you do go into business for yourself, you will see that you'll have to do the same thing to the drivers, because if everybody's competing against each other, because ultimately that's what happens, it's a competition that's happening, the prices is going to start going down a little bit. That means you can't pay the driver what you really want to pay them. The only way around it is to just do it yourself. And I've been okay with 80 cents for the longest time. My company takes care of me, and I'm doing pretty good with 80 cents, and I would continue like that. But I am business minded, and I've been on my way to actually open up my own company for a while. And in the next video, I'll explain everything that I've accomplished so far and my moving forward type of process. So see you guys in my next video. God bless you. Take care.